Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested by the FBI today in New Hampshire and charged with a lot of stuff, mostly grooming and messing around with underage women for Jeffrey Epstein. When asked, Chris D'Elia said, "See, it's not just me." Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to POS. Frank, take it away.
Hi, Pat. Welcome to the Pat Oates Show. His pilot show, Dave Temple's University on Compound Media, is fucking hilarious. Welcome, comedian Dave Temple.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Frank, you got that one right almost. I like that.
Almost.
Frank never gets them right 100%, but you did well on that. I thought I'd throw you off because you had to say his name twice.
No, but I think I may get the next one too. I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
She had a great web series on YouTube. It's called Code Green. Comedian Sarah Martin joins us.
But it's not done. It's still there. So you said it like it died.
What did I say?
You did it like post-mortem, but still.
She had, did I say? I meant to say has. She has a great web series on YouTube called Code Green. Check it out. Comedian Sarah Martin.
Did that work for you, Sarah? Does that work for anyone at all?
Whatever intro. Yeah, no, I don't.
Good.
I don't give a shit.
Frank, I said it before, but Dave wasn't here for it. I love that your hair and your shirt match your background. I've never seen that happen on anybody before. It literally is you. That hand is creepy, but in the Eiffel Tower, it looks like a dick is sticking out of your head. But besides that, this will be a good time.
You got like a good happy black guy outfit going on. You know, that's how much matching you're doing.
Yeah, I want to see his sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta know they look like. I hope they have a touch of orange. I would go Knicks, not Mets, but I hope it has a touch of orange just to make it work out well.
I love that background. It just kind of screams John Witherspoon. You know, it's so delightfully tacky. What is the picture?
It's the Eiffel Tower, and I'm supposed to be holding a cell phone.
Oh,
so but I could give you a creepy.
I also like at 79 in white. Frank got two black guy references right there at the beginning, and Frank didn't know what to do with it. See, we're bringing people together. That's what happened right there.
That's what I do. That's
bringing people together.
I bring them together, then I feed them.
All right. First story we're covering, and I'm sure everyone's heard about it, but I have not shut up about it because I can't stop thinking about it. All voice actors are in trouble because they're doing imitations of people. Okay? Every voice actor is losing their jobs. The Simpsons, Jenny Slate lost her job, all that. And I'm sorry. They're stepping down on their own free will because they don't want to make money anymore. Is that what it really happened? I don't know. Here's the problem. First of all, I'm not going to talk anything about Jenny Slate or Kristen Bell or anyone whose character I don't give a fuck about because they're new and they should have known better. The ones I'm mad about, and I don't think it, from my point of view, has nothing to do with race, is The Simpsons. This is 30 years long. These are people who developed iconic characters. These are people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. Hank Azaria has $80 million because he does imitations of people. He should be allowed to see that show into the sunset. He shouldn't hand that job to someone else who just now takes that money and now will weirdly do an impersonation of Hank Azaria doing an impersonation. Because he can't do a new voice. Now, before we even start this, Apu, yeah, get him the fuck out of there. That is, when any of us, all four of us do an Indian impression, we do Apu. It's racist as fuck. I understand that. It's not that one. It's Dr. Nick. It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. It's Dr. Hibbert, which, by the way, is not someone doing a black voice. You're doing Cosby. It's a Cosby impression. It's someone doing an impression of a person. The boxing character, that's Tyson. What bothers me is that people are using the race card for this to have them lose their jobs. Who's the pieces of shit? Me for even caring about this because there's bigger things in the world. Everyone in the world that's saying this is racist and they should lose their jobs, or the actors who are just stepping down, not because they care, because if they really did care, they would have thought about this, I don't know, for 30 years, and instead just come out and say, I'm pretending it's about race, but in reality, you want to make sure you don't get canceled for no reason on social media. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, you're not gonna like this, man.
Oh, I do. I hope it's back and forth.
You're the piece of shit, Pat. You're the piece of shit for caring about this, but pretending that you don't, but you do. It's how we make our living.
Oh, no, I do care about this. That's why I'm bringing it up. I care about this so much because it's about creativity. If I want to go, I'm actually working on a bit right now. If I'm going to go on stage and talk about I met this Hispanic woman, instead of doing the voice now, I'm going to find a Hispanic woman in the crowd and ask her to do it and then get mad at her because she's not doing it the way I thought it should sound.
Right. Yeah.
Almost like it's a character I created, not a real person. But they shouldn't step down, right? They shouldn't step down from this job.
I think here's the thing. We're looking at it from the job point of view.
Right.
All right. We think it's a great job because we've never had it. A job is a job. And if you get a chance to walk away from your job over something like that, like, hey, I gracefully bowed out. They might not want to fight that hard. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a weird thing that we immediately take the side of the guy. Like, if the guy willingly walked away from his job and he's not putting up a fight, why are we putting up the fight? You know what I mean?
Because it wasn't one person. If it was just Hank Azaria, if it was just one voice, it was two people, it was just The Simpsons. But then every show followed suit and everyone felt like they had to do it. And that's pandering. That's not real.
People want out. People want to get out. Dude, like, that's like,
Jay
remember
Slate
when
wants money from Big Mouth. They assigned 6 seasons.
They're looking for an escape. They wanted an escape, and they finally got something.
Yeah, that's pressure. 6 seasons, that's a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit that they like, fuck, I just wanted to do
Not taking the
dopey little
Chappelle
cartoons.
route. Oh, no, I'm going to get a lot of money, so I'm leaving. Sarah?
Yeah, because if you're smart, you know money's responsibility. Pat, you never fucked up money before?
That's all I do. Why do you think I'm on Compound with you?
And you're like, and you're going to give me more? You're going to give me more? Are you crazy?
Well, they're not giving him any more. Well, Hank Azaria already has $80 million. He ain't getting it.
Exactly.
God,
do you know how hard it is to be a good person with $80 million, Pat?
Who wants
And now
to be a good person?
Someone's going to give you more money where you can satisfy your no, take it back, dude. Take it back.
All right, I guess you don't know super rich people. They live a shitty lifestyle, and therefore they have to keep it going, because then he won't be able to keep the young child, basically, that he's dating, and the weird helicopters that he's got, and all this shit. They're all going to leave him because he bought it all with cartoon money. They're cartoon.
But that's a tough, oh, man. I would, if it were me, if I got in a position like that, I'd probably walk away, man, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that out there. You know what I mean?
But they're not out there. No one even knew who they were until this.
Exactly. So they're not used to that kind of swarm, and they're like, holy shit, it's not even worth it, man.
This is their time to stand up and to finally have their own voice, not a cartoon voice. Hank
but
on stage, they all listen. Everyone's an attention whore. When you're doing cartoons like Simpsons, you're a whore. Kristen Bell didn't need that money before she took it. None of them. And by the way, we're going to try this again. Sarah, go.
They're all pieces of shit. Everyone's a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Everyone's a piece of shit. I'm so sick of the mob mentality of like, who should we fire next? The whole thing.
They did fire white women, Sarah, and I haven't seen that happen in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure a lot of them deserve
never
it,
seen that. Have you guys ever seen a white woman get fired?
No, and
like even in any of your jobs coming up.
But they were drug addicts. I mean, they're not white anymore. They're just crack. That's a different.
I'm sorry. You brought up something fascinating. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, one of them that got fired, she was doing the voice of a Vietnamese BoJack Horseman. What's her name?
But they're actors. They're actors, though. Like, the word actor is right after it. Like, you're not going to be like, well, how come, we didn't find real fish for Nemo? Like, what the fuck is that?
No, Sarah, how come? How come they didn't find real fish for Nemo? There is someone who's gonna watch this and literally some 20-year-old fucking snowflake.
Wildlife and
I seen fish talk. There's other fish. Why is Santa's Little Helper voiced by a guy? That dog from Paw Patrol got fired. He can do the job. Let him do it.
Oh, God.
But when we were using animals, they didn't like it.
No.
They didn't like Air Bud.
Animals' voices sounded like racist. That's you being racist, thinking a dog is black. It's a dog. They're black.
I like that you brought up Air Bud, because honestly, that dog has skills but can't talk. How come he?
Because he focused on his game. I know a lot of athletes who can't talk really, but they work hard at their game. Air Bud had the fucking, white dog playing basketball. That's tough.
Dominating.
They should have
Dominating.
made him a black lab. You want to make it real? Redo Air Bud. Give him 2 D's at the end, and it's all set. That's all we do. Air Bud.
Air
No
Bud.
pit bulls, no German shepherds. They got breed restrictions in Air Bud.
No, just
Yeah.
children. You just fucking up children. Children are
But
scared
they're-
of dogs playing hoops. That's not fair. So, Sarah, you think everyone is? They're overreacting, right? They're impressionists. That's what they're doing.
Like,
Does that mean Michael
Right, I
Winslow
get where
gets
it's coming
canceled now
from.
because he can't make I can't make horn noises because he's not a horn? Where the
Yeah.
fuck Michael Winslow does?
Cancel Police Academy. Yeah. So-
They should have They should have before they made it. After 3, they should have. I mean, after 1, they should have. That was bullshit.
Yeah. I love though how they I feel bad. I feel bad for the show Cops that happened to them like after 33 seasons, and it's just like this isn't even real. Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
Well, and to cancel all cop shows, what a crazy thing. Okay, there's certain ones you could, but we're not going to cancel serial killer shows. Because everyone should learn how to
Those
be
are
a serial
interesting.
killer.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's all cool to learn how to dice. We watch Dexter, and people are like, "Oh, that's how you do it." People were taking notes.
yeah.
I'd rather you watch the cops, and then maybe if you want to be a cop, go, "Oh, I wouldn't want to act that way." But serial killer, you're not going to find the better way to murder people. So you're going to start canceling every goddamn show there is. You don't take away things. Don't knock down statues. Build better things so we learn from that. Put a statue about better people next to the shitty people, and it makes you talk. No one looks at statues but kids on a fucking field trip and hobos getting blown. No one looks at statues anyway. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell you one
that's
statue
the part
was
that
out.
cracks me up.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing where I feel like there's just propaganda of people who like to accomplish seeing what they can get done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Life is not that interesting, once you get into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th decade. You know what I mean? So you got to find ways to use your talent to spruce it up. And maybe you work in an office where you're like, I'm tired of looking at this fucking statue every day. And if I use my brain, I can move it. And they fucking figured out how to do it. You know what
It's
I mean?
like everybody's like role playing the movie Falling Down, and they're all like,
Yeah.
"That's it. It's my time," and they're just ready to. But and there's destroying things. It's all about control and divide. They don't care about the. Some people care about the message. Some people really do believe that everyone should be given opportunity, but they're not the ones getting involved in this. They're organizing, they're mobilizing, they're talking to people because they're smart. People running out smashing statues or caring if the cartoon character on TV is Chinese or not, they don't give a fuck. They just want attention.
Here's the other thing that this says about humanity, right? Like, we all learned about these figures in 8th grade. Right? Christopher Columbus, Robert E. Lee, everybody, they were all in the history books. We didn't give a fuck. History was so boring, it was not relevant until we found out someone was a rapist or they had slaves. Like, okay, well, maybe we should be talking about this fucked up shit because clearly that's how you get people to pay attention. Like, they need to see the fucked up shit. Then everyone did their research. Did you know? Like, it made people actually get up and do something. Prior to that, you talk to someone about Robert E. Lee in 8th grade, they're like, whatever. They don't give a fuck.
Because it was boring as fuck. It's
Yeah,
like,
now we're interested.
when we were in school, it was like when they made the first Batman movies. They were boring and cartoonish, and then they decided years later to go dark with it, like Batman Begins. And all of a sudden, you're like, "Oh, if they told me about Christopher Columbus cutting off hands and shit, I would have done well in school."
Yeah. How old were you when you got excited about our movies?
I wasn't allowed to see them till I was 18, so then I got fired up then. But I never saw them really.
Really? How about you, Sarah? How old were you when you got excited about our movies?
I don't know, like 4?
Right.
Nice.
Right. You know what I mean? It's the shit you're not supposed to see. That's the shit that makes you go, where?
Yeah.
More.
Hey Frank, how old were you when you got?
I was in my 40s.
What was the first movie?
The first R-rated movie was in I was in my 40s when it first came out.
That's when they started ranking them.
But the first X-rated movie that was a regular movie was Midnight Cowboy.
You
Yeah.
went and saw an
X-rated
X-rated
when it
movie
came
in a
out.
theater?
That played in the theater. There was a big commotion about it. But
There
that
was
played in the
fucking?
theater. What?
You watched fucking in a theater?
Well, it was not. It was. I think it was a blowjob.
Ugh, on a big screen?
A hidden blowjob, but it was the concept of it, the conceptual effort that was going on.
Look at you
Yeah,
being all
yeah.
French, conceptual blowjob with your background. Fuck you.
Like even that, think about that too. When you talk about that, because you're saying it'd have been crazy to watch that with someone else, right? Like I don't think that feeling of watching porn with another strange man that you don't know gets any less like easy to take. But people used to go through that to watch porn. Like
Not
that's
many.
how bad
I
they
don't think
wanted
many people did.
those theaters.
They
I
weren't
think
packed.
I think people went to those theaters, not like shoulder to shoulder, but
Ew.
even still.
No, there was a lot of social distancing then.
Yeah, but even still, in 2020, how close to another man can you be watching pornography? Would you be comfortably?
Back
No.
to back. I
Super
don't care.
close.
It's like, whatever.
I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I like, but to put yourself in the mindset of what you would go through to go and watch something that dark. That's what gets people fired up, man.
Sarah, could you do that? Could you go in a room with all women? Like, the theater wasn't built for you guys, by the way. Like, there's no way.
No,
That's
not
jerking
at
off
all.
for nothing.
No.
You want to talk about segregation? Where's the women's theater for jerk? Where's the Pee Wee Herman female room? Like, where's that?
Oh my
on-
God, we
it's-
know better. We know better than that to start with. We'd be like, that's disgusting. No. I'll be here for the snacks, maybe, but like before it all happens.
Do you think they sell
I-
popcorn there? I hope they sell snacks and treats.
Someone's just like, I just come here for the popcorn. They have the best butter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not butter. That shit ain't butter. So, Frank, who do you think the piece of shit is in The Simpsons?
I, you know something? I didn't know anything about this until you brought it up. Number one, and I'm
That's
trying
how
to
all
figure
these
out.
stories work. Frank knows
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to figure. It's none of our business. It's not our business if they want to quit or not. You know, but if you want to make a point, here's what you do. It's simple. You go to Fifth Avenue, go in front of Trump Towers and yellow paint and write down "All voices matter."
I
Do
don't
that.
think that would work, Frank.
No.
I think that they would yell at you for using yellow paint and think it was some Asian shit.
No.
Be in trouble. Now, I think they should get Asian people to voice The Simpsons because they're yellow. I put it on Twitter, but I think the only people that could voice it are injured factory workers. That's the only one because they got 4 fingers and they're yellow. They got jaundice. They're not. The fact that they're
See,
yellow.
this is why you're the piece of shit. Yeah.
That's right.
This show is called Piece of Shit, and it's me. I know I'm
Yeah.
the piece of shit, but I gotta
Yeah.
put myself in there. But at the end of the day, they would say in the beginning, but that's how I feel. To me, it's obviously from where we come from. But this tells me that we're really starting to tell people that are creative, that are doing things, we're watching you and we can take things away from you. Are you going to
Right.
stand up for it or are you going to bow down? And those people bow down. Yes, they have a lot of money, but there are people that are younger that would love to get in voice work who do voices. There's white people who do Obama. There's black people who do Christopher Walken. There's all these there's characters that aren't people that they are thinking in their minds because they're creative. And they can't do it now because somebody wants to put a race thing on it. When in reality, it's stifling their creativity. That's what bothers me about it.
I guess to me, the only reason why this feels weird is because all it is bullying, right? It's bullying. It's just a different form. So when we think of bullying, we think of the guy, bending your fingers back on the playground and telling you what it is. That's what they're doing. They just do it with your money and your job and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? You kind of have to be okay with the fact that bullying is going to exist on both sides. It's just human nature. We all have egos. We're all fucking idiots. And I'm kind of happy that those fucking nerds are getting it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Hollywood, what do? They stand in front of the camera and they go, stand up to your bullies. They do PSAs all fucking day.
Yeah.
Listen to your own shit, Hollywood. Stand.
No, that message is for us.
How much
too.
did they get paid for that?
That
They didn't get
message
paid.
is
They got in trouble and they had to do it.
But
Yeah.
that message is for us too, Pat. You know what I mean? We got to learn to stand up to that shit. That's how you keep balance and order, you know?
All right, then fine. Dave, you and I, we're going to make a cartoon where we're both Chinese. We're doing it.
Yeah.
It's
Do
just
it.
called,
Let's
it's
do
just
it.
called Chink.
Yeah. And just
Chink in the
go.
armor.
And then
We're-
they go,
we're
you
Chinese
can't
guys
do
who went
that.
back in time and we sword fight Chink in the armor. That's the name of it. We're doing it
Yeah.
there. Sarah, you
Yeah.
can be in. You're a black woman. And Frank, you're just still
Okay.
old.
We just
I
have
don't
to
think
get
where
ready.
anybody would have a problem with this.
We just have to get ready for the bullying. There's going to be more bullying, the doxing, and all of that other goofy shit that they do when you don't submit. You know what I mean?
Man, I would love to be doxxed. That means someone knows who I am. That'd be great.
Right.
I'll take it all. I had to look up what doxing was. And by the way, when you do that, spell it right. Don't look up docking. That's a whole different thing. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't know, don't go to a theater with Dave. Sit 6 feet
Yeah.
apart.
6 feet.
All right. Next story there. Okay. Are you guys all mask wearers when you have to? Are you a mask wearer or do you not
Yes.
wear masks? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm that way too. My rule is this. If you own a venue, if I'm going into your home, same way I treat someone's home. If I come to your house and you tell me to take my shoes off, I'm taking my shoes off because that's your house and you've asked me to do something. Now, I would like to know in advance so I can wear some good socks and not have stinky feet. But at the same time, I'm going to make sure I take care of it because you asked me to do it. Now, at home, I might wear my shoes. Same thing with the mask. I don't wear it for me. I wear it because when I go somewhere, someone else wants to feel comfortable. And I'm fine with that. Do I believe in the mask? Not really. I think there's enough things we can go through. But also, I'm not a doctor and I don't know shit. So therefore, I wear it when you tell me to. I had to take a retail job. When I work there, I have to wear a mask. I take the bus back and forth. On the bus, I wear a mask. Besides that, I don't wear a fucking mask anywhere unless you tell me to by your rules. That being said, I have a good friend named Brandon, and Brandon, whenever he goes out, Brandon is a guy who stands against masks forever, and he makes going out to eat hilarious, but also super uncomfortable. We just went to Moe's, me, him, and my son, and he went to go in first, and we knew he was going to get in a fight. He walks in the place. We're standing outside still putting our masks on because we would like burritos, and we're going to listen to the rules so we can get our food. As we walk in, Brandon, now we can see it. Brandon's 6'4" and looks like John Wick with long hair and beard. Crazy looking as it is. And now you just see his arms flailing around. And we can see the manager kind of just pointing or whatever. Like, okay, they're arguing. So we start to walk in and we can hear the manager or the guy working there saying, "Sir, we will definitely serve you outside if you'd like. We'll give you a paper menu, but you cannot be in here." And then Brandon's like, "What do you mean I can't be in here? I can be in here." He's like, "Well, it's a law." He's like, "Oh," Brandon knows all his research. He's like, "What do you mean it's a law? It's not a law at all. It's not a law. Look up the law. If I have a medical condition, then you have to let me be here." And the guy goes, "What's your medical condition?" And Brandon goes, "I don't have to tell you. That's HIPAA violation. So that's rude for you. And I actually get you in trouble now for doing that." Now, Brandon doesn't have any fucking medical condition, but I get it. He's also told me one time he can't wait to use the excuse of, "I can't wear a mask because you're not allowed to wear a mask and carry a firearm at the same time." That's an excuse he also wants to use. I'm like, please, thank you for not using that one that day. Anyway, they tell him he demands to talk to the manager. The manager is not there. The manager is at home and now has to get a phone call from this dude, my friend, bothering him at home. They make him go outside as me and my son are ordering burritos and not giving a shit. As we walk out, we see the manager hand the phone outside to Brandon when he grabs it and says, "Seriously? What's your name?" And she goes, "Chris." It was, "Chris, how come I'm allowed to use your phone without a fucking mask, but I can't be in your store?" And I was like, God damn it, he got him. And then he said, she said, "I'm just following rules." And he said, "Do you know who else follows the rules? Nazis." Of course, he had to give him the Nazi thing and say they're the same thing as Nazis. Nazis did not have burritos. But anyway, so we get through all that. He doesn't get any food. He says he doesn't want to eat there anyway. He just goes and sits in the car.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Because he just did that to show a stink. Who is the piece of shit? That could be my friend Brandon, even though he believes it. He does it everywhere, not just there. He did it at Boston Market one time where he does not wear masks at all. Is it him for being a piece of shit? Is it the manager, the guy working there, for not making more of a stand? It's not his job. I wouldn't have, but I'm saying he just kind of like, "I'll serve you anyway," which kind of let Brandon go farther. If he just said, "No, I'm not going to serve you," it might have stopped it. Is it the person for getting on the phone and even taking that call and saying, "What the fuck?" Or is it me and my son for pretending like we didn't know him and just eating our burritos outside of the bench? Sarah, we'll start with you. How do you feel about masks, Sarah?
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I just fucking wear one. Like
'Cause we
when
have to.
I'm in the vicinity of other people, and most of the time I don't, because like I'll just stay super far away walking my dog or whatever. Like I live in the San Gabriel Valley of LA, and there was maybe 20 people lined up yesterday at a food truck, and half of them were wearing masks, and no one gave a shit who was and who wasn't. It was nuts. But then
If
if
you're
you go
standing
over to, like,
outside
West
in a food
Hollywood,
truck, why are you wearing a mask? I don't know. I wouldn't see that. Wouldn't be
right?
mask
No,
time
it's
for me.
outside. Just keep your distance, whatever. But like then there was that whole incident in West Hollywood of that like Karen threw the the basket down on the ground or whatever.
I love
and
that Karen is the shit name because I try to think about it. I don't know any good Karens like before this. I knew one lady. She was nice enough. I feel bad for her. She should change her name. But mostly Karen is the perfect fit. It's a good call by whoever started that.
Yeah.
it should be changed to Ivanka. But yeah.
There's way less Ivanka. So that, you know what I mean? That's too iconic. Like changing it to Madonna wouldn't work. It's too iconic. I like
No.
it. It's bland. Bland and stupid. So what would you have done in that situation? Would you have done what I did?
Yeah, exactly. Probably what you did is just watch the whole thing unfold.
He was mad that I didn't record it. I'm like, I'm not bringing that world in. I don't need that.
Right, is he trying to go viral? Like, what is the point of doing that?
He's
Like,
doing
what
a
is
lot-
the
he
point of instigating that whole argument? Like, yeah, I don't think we actually know whether we're supposed to wear masks or not, but like, should you? Yeah,
He's got a whole
probably, just
website
in
thing.
case.
He is that guy. Like it's called More Laws, More Problems. He's the kind of guy that goes out there and talks about this. He predicted all this before it happened. And some of the shit he was right about, which is crazy. But he's like the rabbit hole guy. He follows Owen Benjamin, all that kind of stuff. So I know what I'm going through when we go
He's
there.
finding Masonic seals at Disney and shit.
Oh God, you have no idea. We go down rabbit holes. I have on my podcast all the time, so we can go down these goddamn rabbit holes with this stuff. But I know what I'm getting into, but I'm also hungry.
Yeah.
Also, side note, just to make sure you feel the pressure a little more, we were picking up my son. My son lives in that town. He just turned 15 today. Teenage kid going to a Moe's that's attached to an ice cream place, which means kids his age will be there or work there. So he was kind of like, not that he gets embarrassed, but like, oh, look, dad and his gay lover are fighting over burritos again. Like listen, you think I can pull that guy? Come on. Anyways, it's like, but no, that was even harder. And Brandon didn't do that to embarrass Seamus. And he was fine. He wasn't embarrassed, but I even felt a little worried. If it was just me and him, I've done it at Boston Market. I've laughed at him and just ordered him a meatloaf. But like, it was weirder. Dave, how are you on masks?
I forget them, but I follow. You know what I mean? I just bought one finally last week. Before that, I was doing a handkerchief, but whatever. I think that you are
handkerchief feels better. The mask. I have
like
this one cloth mask, and it's hard. It is a little tough to breathe.
Well, I thought the handkerchief was just ironic for me. I just like going up to a store and then tying a bandana on my face. And that's like normal. That's good.
I saw a guy not have his mask, take his shirt off, and tie it around his face. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
just go home.
But I love that concept of just walking up to a store and just putting my hat low, tying a bandana around my face, and everyone's happy. They're giving me a thumbs up for that. But like, yeah, man, this is a fascinating thing because you're a good guy for this, but you're also a piece of shit for this. You're a good guy because you're still Brandon's friend. And it sounds like Brandon's an awful person.
Frank
But
laughs
you're a
hard because
bad
he knows him well.
But you're a bad guy.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
You're a bad guy for enabling this, man. Like, you don't bring that man out into the world for
Okay,
these
well,
people,
let me
and
disclaimer.
then you
Real
pretend
quick,
you didn't
disclaimer.
know him.
Well, come back. I don't have a car, so he helps me pick up my kids. So I'm using a masked man, if you will, to drive me around. So and the other guy who drives me around, Dion, wasn't around, so I had to go with the gamble. And Brandon shares the same birthday as my son, so I was trying to be nice and buy them both burritos and ice cream for their birthdays.
That's a good man. Wow.
See? I was being good.
Yeah, you are managing an interesting stock right there.
Trying to
Did
make
you
sure.
guys wear masks in the car?
What did I say?
Did you wear masks in the car?
No, I don't wear masks in cars at all. I'm not doing that. Outside, the second I walk out of the building, it's off. I don't go in the car with that. listen, if I already caught it from him by just hanging out as much as I do with him getting right, I'm already fucked. You know what I mean? Right now, because we all lost comedy gigs and stuff, I had to take a retail job. I mean, I wear a mask, but I have to work like 25 hours a week in a retail store. If I've got it, I've got it. I've also never been sick in my life. I've never had the flu, whatever. I just don't get sick. So if I catch anything, I'm going to die. I just know that. It would be one time and it's over. But I have felt great the entire time. I take the precautions. But I always washed my hands. I didn't need a song for washing my hands. If you need a song for getting poop off your hands, you should learn how to poop better. But if he's not wearing a mask, what else isn't he doing? That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what else I hate? The new saying now of when people say goodbye to you and saying see you later, it's like, stay safe. Like we're all fucking in Star Wars and shit, like the Force, stay safe. Some giant Hispanic lady said it the other day, stay safe. I'm like, listen, where were you 20-something years ago? I didn't wear protection twice. I got 2 kids. I don't know about staying safe. I needed that for real shit. You know what shit I did in my life that I need to stay safe? I don't need for a mask and a cold from a guy eating Dracula soup. I don't need that. I'm fine.
Did that just start happening for you, Pat?
Staying safe?
Yeah. No, the people, that greeting or that salutation.
Right when this started. I think
really
in early April, stay safe.
Really? Holy shit.
See you later. Have a good one. I think it's a black people thing.
Stay safe. That was our shit. Like, yo, keep your head. Like, yo, what?
We cultural appropriated that too? God damn it. Knock down a statue of someone saying thanks.
I'm just saying, that's wild that y'all are just now feeling that. You know what I mean? Like,
we don't mean it.
No
one means it.
And they say
it's the same way as someone saying, how's it going? They don't really care. It's just what you say at the end so you feel good about yourself. White people's greetings and salutations have never mattered. I hope we know that.
Oh, shit.
We don't care how you are. We don't care when you're leaving. We don't care how your flight was. We don't give a fuck. We just say it. We say it because we have to, because we're always afraid. That's what we do. We're doing it. Yeah, I'll speak out. We don't.
I'm learning a lot. This is fucking brilliant. You know what I mean?
If I say what's up and I give you a hand and a hug, I mean it. If I don't do that, I don't give a fuck. And Dave, if I've seen you, we've done that, as you know that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in New York and comedy that give these really limp handshakes. They give you the left hand and shit like that. And it's funny because when I meet some guys that I kind of like, I kind of check them on it a little bit. Like, yo, what is that? And I find that they don't know. You know what I mean? Like for us,
fear.
The greeting was everything.
Of affection. We're afraid of affection.
But like, that's why black handshakes are so elaborate. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm legitimately happy to see you. The greeting means everything. You know what I mean?
And you also have better coordination. We can't do that shit. Sarah and I couldn't do patty cake moves. We'd have to just go, hello, how are you? Fine, thank you.
Oh, God.
Sarah, do you have a secret handshake?
No, but if someone does come up with that limp handshake, it's like, how limp is your dick, too? Honestly, I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a saying, like big feet, big dick? It's like limp hand, limp dick. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I know exactly what your set's going to be about. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has to be a thing, honestly, because realistically, that's something that we all kind of think about a little bit, right? Like, you can't be friends with somebody that's bad in bed, could you?
Are we not friends, Dave? Are we not friends?
Like, how much of that is real for white guys, man? I come on a lot of podcasts and white guys joke about being terrible in bed. Sarah, are white guys really that bad in bed?
That's a blanket statement. I mean, there's guys that are good at things, and there's black people with small dicks. They don't all have big dicks.
Yeah.
The toss-up, yeah.
Listen,
I mean, there's just guys.
Are you saying, are you bad, Paul? Are you bad, Pat?
Well, I've never had complaints. I just don't have a sexual drive like that. I don't think about sex all the time.
Shit.
So I don't. When I care about someone, yes, we will, and I enjoy it. I'll never start it. It's just not me. But if they start it, I'm in, and I'm on board right away.
Oh, really?
I've always talked about that. Yeah, I'm not.
It just takes too much time.
I have other things on my mind. I really do. I'm comedy creator. I'm selfish, but once I'm happy. I do think I care. I love people. But I don't always think about it. So it's not me. So when we're having it, I do overthink many times. how I'm doing because I don't think about it all the time or whatever. So I think sometimes that gets in my head. But I do fine if people are pleased. I made children. I got 2 trophies. I'm a jizz, but I did fine. No one's ever been mad at me. They've all done a good. I think because of it, because I
All the
overthink.
fuck trophies.
Because they, those aren't usually what they're. I like that. But fuck trophies. It usually means some shitty wife, but it means like beautiful pictures. But I've always, because of that though, like most white men, I overcompensate because of the thought of like, I'm gonna make sure that I take care of you. I don't care how I feel afterwards. You're gonna feel good because I want that. And also, it's Irish guilt and all that shit too. There's so much thought going in my head. I can't think about. I need like comedy. I need someone to walk in and light me when there's 5 minutes left, just so I'm like, all right, I know when to finish.
That is awful, man. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine experiencing that way.
To be honest with you, but see, that's because you live a life. I'm happy it doesn't cloud my mind. When I meet people, I don't think I want to fuck this person or this. I just don't, and I luck out that way. When I male, female, whoever, when I look, I treat them all the same, like pretty shitty. But I try my best. But I'm not that kind of guy who goes up and it's hurt me because I mean a comedy.
What? It helps you focus on your job?
No, but at comedy club, you know this. I'm very excited when I'm at open mic, right? So I run and I go. I'll see someone's joke, like a female. I'll go, oh my God, this joke is great. And she's like, are you trying to fuck me? I'm like, oh, I could not give a shit about you sexually at all. Here's your joke. Like, and they think I'm kidding. Then they finally get to know me and go, oh yeah, he's not that way. I'm just not. Yeah. When I meet someone, I have a connection, and then I'm in. But if not, I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Literally. Frank, we've covered a lot.
I know. Where are we?
Masks. Brandon and the masks.
Is there something beyond piece of shit? Because
Frank and Brandon know each other well.
I'm going with Brandon on this. I have to. I mean, I like the guy. The guy's a good guy. But when it comes to something like this, I mean, I'm talking about my health, my livelihood, my life.
Yeah, you're old as fuck, and Dave doesn't know this. His 101-year-old father-in-law lives with him. For real. Yeah. Frank's got the cocoon in his house.
That's right. I mean, I'm ultra protective.
Holy shit.
I even take, when people come in, I take their temperature. I mean,
I'm
really sick.
Anally?
Yeah. I'm 78. He's 101. We got to watch out for each other.
I still have a mercury thermometer. Yeah.
Yeah, how did
real
you know?
mercury. Like I just got it. So he's.
But no, seriously, I would be really upset if I walked into a restaurant and I saw a guy there trying to be seated and served without a mask on. I mean, because he's got to realize one thing: it's not about him; it's about him protecting us when he puts a mask on.
That's why I wear it. It's for it's for other people's
It's
minds.
for the other person. It's for the other person.
Huh.
Oh, he's definitely the piece of shit.
So this mask thing, let's say all of this was bullshit, right? The mask thing just kind of really lets us know who's a piece of shit and who's not.
Yeah.
Like if you're refusing to wear a mask because you can't get the concept of just this simple motion could help other people, you're the piece of shit.
Right. Well, think about how many your kid in school and they have a fire drill. Most of us would go, I know it's a drill, but I'm going outside. Those 2 or 3 kids are like, fuck that, it's not real. I'm dancing on the desk, I'm being a dick, and then we all get in trouble later. There's that mentality of I'm gonna make sure I don't do what rules are. I'm not gonna follow the sheep. But like, you're not following sheep, asshole. You could die, and it's not. No one's gonna memorialize you later on because you didn't wear a mask at Moe's. And I think, by the way, what all these places should do is stop saying it's a law. Say that all you have to say is right of refusal. That's all you have to say.
Right.
Our establishment, we have the right to refuse serving you if we choose to. That's not against medical codes or anything like that. Same thing as no shoes, no shirt, no service. You can say, well, they don't want to see your chest. Stay home.
Well,
that
we'll
whole
never.
thing in Indiana years ago where they refused to serve the gay couple, like they refused to make a cake for them.
Right.
Like, we've been through this.
So dumb because gay people have the best cake. We all know.
Yeah.
Did they
even like in Gary,
it?
Indiana.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? Well, it's one. Take the R out, and it's gay Indiana, which is.
No, but they ultimately decided they're allowed to just they're allowed to serve who they want, basically, right. And it sucks and it's shitty. It's like obviously they're shitty people for not just giving them some fucking cake, and they're losing business. But at the same time, it's like you should have that right to refuse anybody. And like, we're missing the point because ultimately Moe's sucks.
Yes, it does, but it was just something on the way. I didn't want Moe's. I get one cheat day a week, and I had to eat fucking Moe's. I wasn't happy either.
It's not a real burrito.
I had to have a fucking And by the way, while they were making it, this fat girl, she's sitting there and she goes, "Do you want cheese? You didn't say cheese." And I wasn't gonna have cheese. I'm like, I'm all set. And she goes, "Me and my father, we love cheese." And I'm like, all right, good for you and your dad. I'm guessing he's also not thin. And then she kind of looked at me like, well, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of cheese that you're having there. And you're talking cheese. You're very excited. And then my son was kind of like, well, and they're probably real bound up. I'm like, yeah, you're right, because it's a cheese is binding. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You're a big girl, you eating. Cut down on the cheese. I didn't need. I already had beans. I had chicken. Don't tell me how to eat my burrito. I was more mad at her and her fucking speaking out Karen ass than the other people. The manager getting mad and being called a Nazi. Fuck them and their mess. Let me not have cheese. Yeah, I'm not good in bed. I don't like cheese. Take that, Compound World. Destroyed everything. Next subject, Chris D'Elia. But we're not going to go where we think we're going. First of all, no point in putting him in as a piece of shit. If he did things, if he didn't do things, dude was creepy and not funny. I'm happy we can get mad at it. It wasn't funny. And I love all comedy. I give every comic the benefit of the doubt. I watch every special if I like the person or not, and I try to watch it for the craft that it is. D'Elia just makes weird noises and faces and doesn't. He's like Balky from Perfect Strangers became a white guy. It's not funny, and he's Justin Bieber's favorite comic, so fuck him twice. That you know he's got to be. All his jokes are made for 20-year-olds. Why do you think he's trying to talk to 20-year-olds online? He's not trying to fuck them. He's doing joke research. That's what the fuck he's a goddamn creep with weird eyebrows, and he's never had a punchline in his fucking life. That being said, the people talking out about him is who I'm going to talk about. Who are the pieces of shit? The women themselves who should speak up, but they're holding back. And it's been shown they were 3 or 4 of them held back parts of the tweets that in wording said, "Hey, how old are you?" And then they'd say 17. Say, "All right, goodbye." They left those parts out. Yeah. Like I said, he's already a creep, but at least put it all in if you're going to blame him for something.
Yeah.
Are they the piece of shit? Are the comedians who worked at the store and all the places in fucking California that every time D'Elia was on the bill and made sure their places were packed, and they were all like, "You're the best, Chris. Thanks for packing this place out for us." And the day this came out and no one knew anything yet, they all went everywhere on the social media and talked so much shit without knowing what was happening yet, just to be involved and just to be in that hate mob. Or C, comics like Sam Tripoli, and I like all these guys, Bobby Lee, and fucking Joey Diaz, and Andrew Schultz, and all the comics who made sure they did a special podcast about speaking out about their friend Chris D'Elia. I watched all of them. I learned nothing, and all I know is they used that to get fucking views to talk about their friend, and they had no opinion whatsoever. They kept wavering the whole time, going, "If he is a pedophile, then fuck him. But if he's not, he's the greatest guy ever." Yeah, we could say that about everybody. That's not a fucking thing. It's not about being a pedophile. He's a creep, and it's weird. You don't message a girl when she's 17 and then find out she's 17 and then do a weird countdown clock like it's Y2K, waiting for her 18-year-old pussy to be ready to pop in there like surprise, like fucking yell at her. You don't do that. It's a weird countdown thing he's doing. That's creep. But he is the creep, so push him aside. Who's the piece of shit? Frank, you start. Frank, you're real old. Back in your day, there were no ages. You just fucked things.
No, that's wrong. Now, I first of all, I don't like his brand of comedy, number one. So I have to start with that.
It does help when you don't like his jokes.
That's right. I don't like where he goes with it.
What Louis did, Louis got more canceled than Chris is gonna, and Louis better. So what the fuck? Right. Yeah, Louis shouldn't have jerked off at people. I was always raised jerk with, not at. Anyway, Go ahead, Frank.
Well, he's doing it on stage. He's doing it for an audience. Everybody knows where he's going. He's the piece of shit. That's it.
Short and sweet. Sarah, what do you think? Do you know some of those people? You're out there. Do you know some of the people that were defending or yelling at him or any of that?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yep. I do not know him. I actually had no idea who the fuck he was until a few months ago, surprisingly enough. We went out to the store and he was on the show, actually, like pops in, whatever. And my husband's like, oh, Chris D'Elia. And I was like, who? Didn't fucking know. Yeah. That's exactly how he came out.
That's what he does.
Exactly how he came out.
Eyebrow and he moves around.
And he creeped out of the curtain. So
yeah, he's a creep.
Instantly, right then, that should have been a dead giveaway. But no, I saw the tweets, I saw the messages or whatever. But here's my cat again. But I saw the messages between people, and I was like, wow, that's pretty shitty. But I don't really, we weren't there for a lot of it too. It's hard to figure all that out. But I didn't like him because he was wearing a designer sweatshirt. And who fucking does that?
Everything he does is creepy. Why are you wearing a designer sweatshirt on stage? He's looking more Eastern European all the time. Like, why is he going for that look? He should have a tracksuit.
$100 for a hoodie. Fuck yourself. Yeah.
It's a lot for a hoodie. Frank, you should wear that with that outfit you're wearing. That'd be nice, $100 hoodie.
What outfit do I have on? I got a T-shirt on.
I hope you have pants.
I always wear
Has
it.
little Eiffel Towers all over it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You put the gay in Gay Paris. You do, Frank. You really do.
Gay Paris.
Gay. Hold the Paris. Dave, who is a piece of shit?
I'm gonna say the tweeters, the posters that are withholding information. Because I don't know what you stand to gain by doing this, by creating this narrative. I don't know if there's money in it for them or what. I understand Chris D'Elia's motives. I understand his friends' motive. I understand everyone in the situation's motive except for the people withholding information to further put the nail in the coffin on this guy that I don't think they know personally.
I get the only part of the motive I get from them is the part where the first person to speak up, and this was probably something in their head for a long time. This was a man that they met at a comedy show or online who got weird with them. They were young. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to speak out. And then they see that this guy is becoming this megastar. He's everywhere.
Wow.
He's at all these shows. He's playing creeps. He's on that show You, where he plays a guy grooming women. Which, by the way, the grooming thing, can we get a better term, please? Grooming always meant looking nice, taking care of yourself, and now it means I get women ready for the fucking. That's not what it's supposed to be. Back in the day, you used just for, like Frank, you could, like the Keith Hernandez just for men hair thing. You're grooming. You were looking good. You got little razors for your beard and stuff. Now it means, oh, you're 14. Like the guy, like Dan Schneider, the people that scout out women for fucking Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. Now that's fucking creepy. Looking at a 20-year-old and going, in 6 years, that's going to be fuckable. How the fuck do you know that? Great scout.
Ooh.
That's better than a baseball scout. You can see a girl and know that it's going to sing well and it's going to be Selena Gomez. Like, how the fuck do you know that? But that's creepy in that whole regard. But it's just this thing, these girls, I understand why one spoke out because it's probably something, he rented space in her head. And she finally wanted to say something, but probably also felt like people are going to attack me because I'm going after this person. And even though it's supposed to be the time for the movement, people don't care unless everyone gets on board. The first person to speak about movements always gets bashed, and then the other people jump on and they get some. Now, he probably messaged a ton of women, and he probably was looking for real young. Listen, we've all turned our head twice and went, really? 15? But then you walk away. You walk away. You don't fucking can't tell sometimes. They're fit, and they're the DNA, and they're running. Don't know. But you walk away. Our society is doing this. All the porn. I'm like, can we get away from stepsister, stepbrother, fucking incest? Who wants that in porn? Why is that the role coming up top? That's just,
It's gotta be. People are watching it. It is number one on Pornhub all the fucking time.
All the time. Who wants that?
See, that's the thing. I don't, and that's what I think where we believe everything that we see because it's there. We assume someone has to be watching it. I don't know, man. Like, but I don't know anybody who does it.
Listen.
Like, I don't know anybody who enjoys it. I mean,
I don't enjoy it, but I fucking watched it because
I watch it because
the girls I'm attracted to happen to take that role.
I watch it because I
better roles, ladies. Stop being in those movies.
I'm lazy. I don't want to do the work to find what I really want. So it's just like, all right, let's just get this over and done with, you know?
No, I scroll. I'm picky. I can't. I don't like this.
Too much
I
time.
don't like the scene. I don't like. I just fall asleep before I jerk off. I just fall asleep to the scrolling. I just like watching Netflix and never finding the show, and I pass out, and I'm like, I've never did anything.
Yeah.
I don't even drive to jerk off either. I just have no drive. I can't even drive myself. I have no car, no sex drive.
And that's the thing. If you didn't remember what happened, then that means Netflix did something to you, and you should speak up against them.
Yeah, I just woke up and I'm like, the Cosby Show's not on this anymore. How the fuck does it get out of here? So who's the piece of shit? Are we agreeing or disagreeing? Who is it?
I said the ladies. I said the girls doing the
right. And
withholding info.
I get that. I think at the end of the day, though, weirdly enough, I don't like all these comics that are coming out. Like, I watched Bobby Lee's thing. It was nothing. I mean, Bobby Lee knows him well. He's like, I've lost a friend. I've lost a friend today. And I don't know what to do with this. He's my friend. He's done wrong. You didn't lose a fucking friend. You have so many friends. You have friends that are out now. So many of your friends have done way awful things. You're a comic in L.A. Most of them rape. It's their fun job. Like, that's what they do. Tell me you lost one friend, Bobby? No. There's a lot of people that did shit. For Joey Diaz, that fits his character. Joey Diaz should say that. That's who he is. He admitted that he let girls blow him to get stage time, which is crazy that he admitted that, but that fits his character. So once again, you don't know what you believe. But I love that the rest of the world is just now learning how to deal with that too. Of like, oh man, I have to leave my friends behind if I want a better life for myself. Right. Oh, I've done that with many relationships. Like, oh my God, I gotta go.
Right. By
the way, they were fine with the leaving too. It was mutual.
I'm not even talking about that. But you know, like if you ever grow up around like gangbangers or drug dealers and stuff like that, they're your friends, and you know you have to get away from these people. And that's what everyone would tell me when I was growing up. You got to make better choices. So it's just funny to see adults struggle with the same thing I was supposed to figure out at 13, 14 years old.
Right, but at the same time, it's easier to watch other people and tell them you should get away from that person. But when you have that personal relationship and you have that dumb mentality of I can save them, if I'm not there with, it's that selfishness of if I'm not there, Bobby Lee's like, if I'm around him more, maybe he won't be a creep. Yeah, he will, because you're creepy too, Bobby. Like, all comics are creepy. Not sexually creepy, but we're all kind of creepy.
And a little bit, yeah.
Just the simple fact that we think that we're supposed to stand on stage in front of people and just say dumb thoughts and think they're supposed to cheer for us. We think that's a great conversation. That's creepy. That's weird.
Yeah, we're crazy.
That's not how you talk to folks.
No. One-sided conversations are all we're capable of dealing with.
Sarah's got everything possible coming into her house. Go. So, Sarah, who's the creep? Oh, who's the piece of shit? Not creep. Piece of shit. New show, Creep Show with Pat Oates. Oh, wait, no, that's already one that's not going to be on here.
Yeah. I have no idea. I can't even. This topic.
You can vote Chris if you want, I guess. I thought it was too easy to say him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't personally know the guy, but those messages seem creepy as fuck, and I say he's the piece of shit.
Hey, just real quick before we go here, I'm not good at sharing stuff. But speaking
I'm not surprised though. I'm just not surprised by anything like that. Like I've dealt with my own shit within comedy, and you just tell them they're a fucking loser and back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is the pic he was sending to people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And if you look at it, it says Chris D'Elia tits on the top of a text. But that's what he was sending, folks. Yeah.
This is bizarre.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
worse. Is that when I looked him up?
Bizarre
when I Googled Chris D'Elia, I didn't look up Chris D'Elia nude, Chris D'Elia without a shirt. I just put in Chris D'Elia, and this came up like 8th.
Oh no.
That was just too much. Too much.
He's just not attractive.
But so this is bizarre that we're looking at this. Like this is, I don't know. This isn't for me.
I had to do something, and this is it.
I mean, he didn't send these to me. This isn't for me to see. This is weird.
Oh, Dave, check your phone. He sent it to you. He's like, how old is Dave? Oh,
that's so
18.
Bizarre. Yeah.
All right. It's just that mentality too of the taboo of the age is weird to me. That's the thing I don't get either. Like the barely legal thing. where people are like, ooh, barely. Like, they're not good in bed. They're fucking young. Unless they were
Yeah.
whores. Why do you want something terrible? And if they are whores, and that's fine, but they're so practiced, I can't keep up with that kind of energy. Listen,
Yeah.
once I got divorced, I started dating people, and people would say, Pat, they're young. They were young, but they could rent a car. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, at least make sure they can rent a car. That's the rules. Because I need someone to drive me around. You got to do that. When I first got divorced, the first girl I dated was 13 years younger than me. All my daughter said to me was, from now on, Dad, they have to be closer to your age than mine. And I understood that. That's fine. But I wasn't dating them because of their age. I was dating them because I was a comic, and I only met people. There's either losers like us that are old or young people working there. That's who I met. I don't drink. I don't go on social media. I don't do dating apps, anything. I meet people at shows or when I do comedy. They see me on stage. They think that's what I'm going to be. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm way sadder. And they learn that later. I also learned that they're sad, too. And I also confuse passion for crazy all the time. Young girls who think have passion are lunatics. When you're older, it is passion. You want to fucking do something. I could never fuck someone my age. That's gross. Well, I have to start working at least late 30s, I think, now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, going online, doing that. I'll ask, are you married? I don't ask, are you 12? Like, I wouldn't think about them being, what are you doing? What's your age? It shouldn't, they ask me, and I feel happy when they go, really? I thought you were 38. I'm like, aw. Like, oh, that's wonderful. I'm 45, baby. I know you're lying, but that's fine. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on this episode. Dave, what do you want to
This
plug?
is
Where
great,
they can
man.
see you?
DaveTempleComedy.com is the website. Doing pop-up shows all around. Philly, New York, down in Jersey. So make sure that you
And I'll say,
check out
follow
the website.
Dave's YouTube. Dave's YouTube is hilarious. I love it, man. I check it out all the
everything
time.
is there. Look
Great
at it
shit.
this way. Temple University, the Unpopular Opinion Show, which, Pat, I got to have you on Unpopular Opinions. This
Whenever,
has
man.
been
Hit me
great
up.
chopping it up with you, all right? So
That's what I have, Unpopular Opinions.
yeah, I'm about to go start that now on my IG Live, Tuesdays and
Take
Thursdays
out, man.
at 10 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Sarah, thank you so much for being on. He had to run. I got one more quick story if you can stay here for a second. And I need your help on this one. I was working and also now you get a chance to talk. Anyway, my name, no, I'm kidding. I said 3 times in that first part, Sarah. And he's like, Dave. I'm like, Sarah.
I was like,
Dave. But he was
wait.
awesome.
No,
I love
it's
him.
fine.
I
I
love
didn't know someone could talk more than you. But
I know. I was a little bit thrown off. Like, excuse me? How dare you? But I'm working a retail job now, and it's at Big Lots. I tell people, I tell people they don't know what it is. Big Lots like Walmart. If it got divorced, it got to keep half its shit. It's what it is. So
yeah.
I was there the other day, and they said over the loudspeaker like, Pat, to the service desk. Usually that's because like they sell furniture and they need me to carry something out or something dumb. I go up. My manager says to me, I need you to assess a spill in the back. And I was like, assess? It's a spill. She goes, take someone with you. And I'm like, where's the spill? She goes, please. And she's quietly saying it, assess this. So I walk to the back and I'm looking for juice or something. I don't know what. And then by the couches, I look and there's human shit on the ground. Poop, logs of poop, not little baby poop, 4 or 5 separate poops. And I looked and I went, oh, this is why, because I'm not going to yell poop or run around like the younger people there. They know I'm just going to look at it and go, I guess this is me. So I turned to the kid, James, who has to do it with me. And he was like, what's the spill? I'm like, let's just go to the mop, get the mop. Let's just go, I'll get gloves. He's like, what is it? I'm like, someone took a shit. And he goes, why are we the team? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to know, but we're the team, and we got to go in. We got to extract this. We go to the back. He gets the mop bucket. I'm like, you just mop after me. I'm going to get rubber gloves, dustpan. It looks like it's solid little turds. I'm just going to sweep them in. We'll be good. Hopefully no one sees this, because when you're in a store shopping, you don't look down. My concern is people are going to start stepping in it, but I'm worried to get there quickly. So we run over. I get the dustpan. It was hot that day. It was warm in there. So I went to push it. It kind of Milky Wayed its way on the ground. I'm like, God damn it. Now it won't go in the dustpan. So I got gloves. I got spray. I'm scrubbing. People are literally running their carts into me, not noticing they're about to walk into a shit bath. And my friend there, James, he's mopping like a lather, like he's going to shave. I'm like, dude, it's too much soap. He goes, it's better than the smell. So he's cleaning that up. We close it all off. We get it clean. Walk away. Job well done. I walk to the back. The manager says to me, she goes, yeah, I've seen that before. It's old people. And I'm like, what? Yeah, Frank, take notice. It's old people. I said, what do you mean? She goes, there's people here. They're the ones that like take out the senior citizens from their home and bring them shopping and do stuff. They're so old and their diapers are so full, they shake their legs sometime and just poops fall out. So now I walk out staring at every fucking person with gray hair like, fuck you. Are you it? Are you the one who shit? Are you the one who dropped it? I'm not saying anything. So I go back to my job. 3 minutes later, I'm putting stuff away. And the woman at the register, like 50 yards away, makes eye contact with me and goes, Pat, come here. I go up. Someone did step in it. And they were now dragging skid marks through the 3 aisles, the 3 register lanes. And no one now I got to look at James again. James is like, again? I'm like, I think it's the same poop. So he comes over. I don't think it's a new poop. So he comes over. He gets the mop. Now I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing. People standing in line, even though they're social distancing, still not looking down. I'm cleaning skid marks. They can all step in it. Next to me is a 4-year-old little cute Latino kid. And he looks at me and goes, hello. And I'm like, hello. He goes, poop. And I'm like, yeah, it's poop. And we both laugh a little bit. And the mother looks down and goes, stop saying bad words, but never looks at the poop. And I'm like, don't yell at your kid. He's the only one aware. Who is the piece of shit? The actual person who took the shit? Me for getting mad. This is a week ago and I can't let it fucking go. Me for being the old white male I am that can assess poop in people's minds, the manager for just knowing where it comes from, or that mother for not listening to her child. Sarah, help me.
I think the piece of shit is the real piece of shit.
Yes. Pooping in a store. We have a bathroom.
Oh
We let people use it.
That's just, it's too funny. It's too
That's why I thought
funny.
it was a good closer.
Yeah.
Way to get out of all the other stuff we talked about. We got really
Who's the real
intense.
piece of shit? The piece of shit. Yeah.
The
But,
one line, you know me, with the pun, by the way, at the end, I couldn't help it. While I clean it up and everyone's still in line, the manager says to me, she goes, thank you. And I'm like, I thought that shit would never end. And then I laughed. No one else laughed. The kid, I think, laughed a little. That's about it. So who's the piece of shit, Sarah?
Well, clearly your manager looked at you and like, look, you're probably good at judging shit. You're a piece of shit, right?
Dealt with more. You look like you've dealt with shit every day.
No, I'd feel so bad if I was the old person who like didn't know, I'd feel horrible. But what if they did?
Yeah.
Like,
what if that's
they
their
just got
thing?
to a point where they didn't care? That's the way they make people stay 6 feet away. They just take a shit on the ground.
Or that's the way they find their way back. It's like leaving a trail of breadcrumbs and poop. And you drop it. First of all, 3 tiny logs. What are you feeding them? Bird food? What is going on? Thank God it wasn't a big hefty snake or something. It was tiny, but it was still like, what? You don't feel
How did
that
it fall
going on
out
your leg.
then?
What?
How did it fall out?
I don't know. I didn't see the process. I wish I did. I would have grabbed them with a cork and popped it right in their asshole and said, hey, close the dam. Frank, who's the piece of shit?
First of all, before we get into that, I have to say, if you're not the employee of the month, nobody.
No,
will
it's
be.
James.
I mean, that was unbelievable.
Poor James came
You
into
went
that trench.
beyond. You and James went beyond.
Yes.
But you had to direct James, so I would have to say you're.
Yeah,
an
but he didn't
employee
have
of
to
the
take
month.
direction. James could have said, I didn't hear shit. Literally. Could have been fine. I can't stop. Won't be stopped. All right, Frank.
I have to go to the source. I mean, you always have to go to the source when you can't figure it out. Okay? And the source is the person. It may not be an old person. I'm going to have to stick up for old people. It might have been a kid, especially since it wasn't large.
No. I'm telling you, no. It wasn't a kid.
It was
I
an
had
old
kids.
person.
This wasn't kid poop.
Okay. All right. So it was
This
an old
poop
person.
has seen shit.
All right.
This poop lived through racism. This poop didn't let women vote. This poop didn't land on Plymouth poop. Plymouth poop landed on us. It's different. It was old poop. Fossil
Old
poop.
poop. All right. It's still the source. The piece of shit is the source.
Is the shitter.
Because how did it get to that facility? How did it get to your store? Either somebody brought him there.
Yes.
And they let him do that. So
You're
that
gonna
person
stop 'em,
might
Frank?
be the piece
You're
of
gonna
shit.
stop them? That job is thankless. Carting around, being an old person wrangler, that's a thankless job no one gives a shit about. Because they should be in hospice if they're shitting themselves without knowing.
Oh, no, I mean, the
God.
hospice is, I mean, he's not dying because he's shitting.
If your
at
shit's
will.
falling and you don't know, you're dying.
You're not.
You're dying. If you don't know you poop, you got a loose butthole.
So I worked at a psychiatric hospital for a good while, and I've done this situation before. It wasn't in an aisle.
Situation.
And yes, there was a full-grown man who thought there was a snake inside of him, and just took a shit in the hallway. He was like, "I finally got rid of the snake."
But
It was like
you know
3
what? I
days
get
before
that.
anybody knew what he was talking about.
I get that. That makes sense. Like,
Couldn't blame him, because
Chipping
that's
his arm with
hilarious.
his nuts and rips his arm apart. I get that. If this person started yelling, "I'm an owl," then I'd be like, fine, then you poop. I would get it. But you're not an owl. You're just an old fucking lady. But to me, the piece of shit is the mother who did not listen to her child. Listen to your children. The child was helping, and you yelled at them. Don't yell at them. It's my son's birthday. I love my kids. Where I always listen to them. If they say poop, I look for poop. Believe your kids. Don't just listen to the rest of the world. Love your children and take care. They're taking care of you. Because later on in life, when you shit your pants, that kid's going to go, "Remember when I told you about poop? Well, fuck off. You got messy pants now, Mom." That's what's going to happen.
That's why you're the employee of the month. I mean, I think it's just
Sarah,
wonderful.
where can they follow you? All the fun stuff. Where can plugs, Sarah?
Plugs. You can go to justsarahmartin.com. It's literally the word just. Sarah Martin.
I thought you were just downplaying it. Just SarahMartin.com.
Yeah, just Sarah Martin, because there's like 8 million of us, so it's like, all right, that's right. I'm the comic one. So
Are you the only comic?
I as far as I know,
But
but
the only one that would
probably
be
not.
searchable.
Probably not. No, but also check out Code Green you're talking about on YouTube. It is getting picked up by the United States Weed Channel.
Ooh,
And
that's
it's going to be on Roku and Apple TV. and
nice. I
video
have
on
Roku. I'm checking it out. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
demand.
That's awesome. Frank, you're at the White House now.
That's right. Yes.
Where can they follow you, my wonderful
Well, they can find me in the white pages. Number one. I mean, I'm still listed there.
racist.
And I'm on Facebook, Frank Regallo. I'm at.
Are you listed? I don't have a landline. I'm not. Is anyone
They
listed
still make
anymore?
phone books?
I didn't.
On Instagram, it's Frank at Frank Behavior, and Twitter's at Frank Behavior.
Well, thank you, Sarah, so much for being on the show. Thank you, Frank, for not dying. And we thank you all for
Another
watching.
week. Yeah.
And when you're out there, try not to be a piece of shit.